gonna take more than that to make me fail. They'll have to tie me up and drag me away. They'll have to shut my mouth and drag me away. Hey, hey. There is no one I serve. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season. Yeah, we walked through the door so accusing, their eyes like they have any right at all to criticize. Hypocrites, you're all here for the very same reason. 'Cause you can't jump the track, we're like cars on a cable, and life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, girl, so cradle your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. Oh, breathe. Just breathe. May he turn 21 on the base of and jump the track. We're like cars on a cable, and life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, girl, so cradle your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. Oh, breathe. Just breathe. May he turn 21 on the base of 4
Hold on. And just so we're clear here, you see me light that sometimes, like to heat that. Just know my fire blanket is right there, and I have a fire ladder to go out the window in case anything happened. Not to mention plenty of extinguishers, so it's very safe. I'm not actually lighting anything, I'm just heating it, like you would a joint or a rolled cigar or something. I'm just putting heat underneath it, so I don't need people being like, oh, that's a risk. Nope, I have it all taken care of over there. No need to worry, you little fucking fret. There ain't no fret. Trust me, after the fire I went through, I never want to go through anything like that again. Never go through a fire again. So, you don't have to worry about me. Just more worried about some pussy, like, stickler motherfuckers who are like, oh, well, that's not very, like, shut the fuck up. You have no idea the shit you put this fucking whole situation through, so don't be a little bitch trying to get somebody. Like, no, we're safe. Always safe about shit. So, got nothing there. Always fucking safe. Dude, immediately after that fire, I went and bought fire blankets and fucking extinguishers, and I swore up and down, like, oh, I'd never live in another house without, like, 3 extinguishers in it. At least, at the minimum. Because one's not enough. One will, like, get it out and give you hope, and then you look and it's like, fuck, I wish I had 2 more big ones, and you don't. It sucks. Trust me. Spend the extra money once and have it for a while, for years, and be prepared. Maybe it never happens your whole lifetime, but maybe it does. And on the off chance that, God forbid, it does, and it's more, to be honest, it's happening more often than ever because people are clumsy and not paying attention, and people don't know how to cook like they used to. No adult really knows how to adult nowadays. Like, how do I turn on the broiler? How do I fucking, use the gas stove? How do I, all this shit, like, in their homes. So shit like that is happening, dude. And, but like I said, I'd rather be more prepared and have it never happen in my whole life, at least know I was, than not prepared like I was, like we were before. Because that is the worst. And you're so helpless, you're just watching your shit burn. It would be like if John Jones came up to you and was like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of your mother, your sister, your grandmother, and your brother. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you're like, yeah, I know. And you just have to sit there and watch him beat the fuck out of your family. And you're just like, oh, he's ground and pounding my fucking second cousin. Maybe I could just go up and kick him in the back of the head. And as soon as you start walking up, he like looks back, and like you're like, yeah, no, sorry, I was coming in to help you. I'm just gonna kick him out. You owed me money. Joking. Like, yeah, no, it's pretty much helpless like that. It would be like if Fedor and John Jones, Fedor in his prime and John Jones were beating the fuck out of your bloodline. You'd be like, oh, well, sorry guys, it's been a cool run. But there ain't shit you're gonna do at that point, and that's how fire is. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, oh, you're gonna walk into it? You're gonna fucking jump on it? Oh no, it's not gonna work. It hurts whatever it touches. So like, yeah, it sucks. So be prepared, if ever. That's my little PSA. Definitely be prepared. Get fire extinguishers. If you own the home, especially. If you're in an apartment building you just rent or something, at least have what you need to get out safely if you have to, ever, God forbid. But if you own a home, make fucking sure. If it's your investment, dude, make fucking sure you have extinguishers and everything that you need to feel safe. Dude, I woke up to the fire. I woke up to it going, so trust me. You think like, no, that wouldn't happen, and I'll be up, I'll pay attention. Like, no, dude, I woke up to smoke in my room so thick I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. So, that's like real shit. And like, dude, that's how most people die in fires. 70% of people don't die from burns. It's smoke inhalation knocks them out, and then they get fucking burned alive. I could have been that easily. Like, easily. When I woke up, there was so much smoke. Luckily, I smoked every day for like 10 years before that. Weed. Those big tokes saved my life. No, I'm kidding. I don't like weed anymore. I really don't at all. But no, who knows? It's just like whatever kept me in it. I do have good lung capacity. I always have. But Still, I'm lucky, dude. Not everybody's so lucky. And fire changes so fast. And the fire department guy told us that like this house was built like, I don't know, early 1900s. And he's like, yeah, those houses, usually you got like 15 minutes or so before it's completely ground. He goes, with new homes, if this would have been a new home, he goes, thank God it's an old build, because if this would have been a new home, you would have had 7 to 9 minutes before we were looking in your basement, because all the new materials just burn up like so fast. So like, he's like, if this was a new home and we got here this time, we would have been looking at a hole in the ground that was your basement. I was like, oh damn, dude. So yeah, get safe, stay safe. Wear a condom when there's a house fire. Extra protection. No, I'm kidding, but no, for real. That's not even a joke though. I mean, I am joking, but you really go get yourself an extinguisher. They're not that expensive, dude. I had a big one. I had one of those ones that you'd see at like a high school when you were younger. Well, some of you probably are not that far removed from it, but I am. That big one on the wall, like we had one of those. And I don't know how new it was at the time, but I know we had one. And I used that, and it seemed like it went out in a second. I was spraying so sparingly. First of all, that's the first time I ever popped a fucking fire extinguisher to like shoot it. Most people don't get that training. Most people haven't shot a fire extinguisher, discharged the fire extinguisher. So like, you're like, I think okay, don't like. I just knew from fucking coming and Missy Elliott saying, "Don't be a 1 minute man." I was like, I can't blow all my steam on this one shot. I gotta take my time and get in there. But no, so I did. But also the fire was roaring so fucking hot that I couldn't even make it back up the stairs. Like it was burning my lungs, it was burning my face. Like I could feel it like literally roaring up, and it was so fucking hot. My hair was singed. My hair was singeing. Thank God I had my hood on, because I was halfway up the stairs and like all my hair around the hood was like singed. Like it was fucking burning my face, my eyes. Luckily I had enough wherewithal to like every time I'd like take a big breath, close my eyes, and like look at it once, spray the whole section, turn around, turn back so I could get a breath in, then go back again. Like the doctor said, if I didn't do that, you easily could have burnt your eyeballs, your fucking lungs. We would have been talking a different story here right now. And my hands were bad enough. That was like 80% burnt across both of them. Deep burns too. Like that sucked. But I'll tell you, yeah, if I would have, luckily I just felt the air was so goddamn hot that I was like, oh, I have to just like turn away every time. There's no way I can take this in. It just felt so uncomfortable. I was like, ugh, like, oh, it was the worst feeling in the world. And then when I fell in, I felt like fucking Kane in the Inferno match with The Undertaker back in the day. I think that's like the last time I stopped wrestling. No, it wasn't the last time, but that's like right around the last years I stopped watching wrestling. Like 98, 99, 99. No, that's not true. That's not true. 2002, I want to say, when I was 12, because Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys fought like a. I saw all the TLC matches, like the important ones back in the day. It was when that shit started getting funky, like where Jeff left or Matt left. Yeah, I was out. Put it this way, 05, like 06, when my favorite wrestler of all time from the 90s, Tatanka, came back, I never saw it because I wasn't tuning into wrestling at that point. I think that was 05 or 06. I was way done with it at that point. Just not my fucking jam at that point. I had gotten into, I'm fucking age, like, yo, I don't got time for this wrestling shit. I'll be laying fucking pipe out there. And you're not. You have time for SmackDown or Raw, but you like to think you're not when you're a kid. You're like, you know what, man? Nah. I don't want to watch those dudes wrestle. I'm going to hopefully have sex with my girlfriend. Later, nerds. That's to your fucking dad. I said, what the fuck? I'm going to go listen to the Killer's Hot Fuss. Maybe get an age date. On a futon. Later, if her parents allow me to. Like, it's fucking crazy. And I'm driving a Saturn station wagon at the time. Standard, but dude, the shit you do to your parents' cars when you're 15, 16, like, well, 16 when you get your license is absurd. Like, it's so wild to be like, yeah, like, it doesn't matter what car you have. It doesn't have to be a cool car, and most likely it's not gonna be. And I had a Saturn wagon. I think it was a 98 wagon, green, like dark green wagon stick. And I'd drive it to school. I'd pick up my friend Paul Griffin, and sometimes he'd be like, yo, everyone would be like, do some shit. Like, I don't know why, because I think they just did that with every car. It was New Hampshire. And I would just, like, drive down this back road to school. It was just a straight road right behind our school. And I would just gun it, and then just whip the e-brake on. And it was a front-wheel drive car, just a wagon. And I would just be like, all around the fucking street. Or sometimes I'd slam it in reverse and then just turn the wheel and whip it. I didn't know how to drive. I'd never done that shit. Just saw it on fucking Fast and the Furious. I don't know how the fuck I'm doing. Like, I know how to stunt drive or something. I have no fucking clue. It was terrible. It was horrible for that car. I'm sure they had to do a lot of repairs that I can't remember because I'm like old, you know, I was younger, not even thinking about that shit, but I bet you there were some early repairs that needed to be done. Oh, one time we went to Plum Island in Massachusetts, and my stepbrother at the time, his aunt, like a friend aunt, you know, that families have, that weird thing. We went to Plum Island to like go out to her house. We brought some girls with us. My girlfriend at the time, this girl Paige that he liked, and we were in the front seat. Girls are in the back, and fucking. He's trying to like get with her, and obviously I have a girlfriend already at the time, and I'm just like annoyed with her because I'm like fucking. Damn it. Like, this sucks. I've been with her forever, and you're, like, chasing this new thing. It's fun. It's exciting. It was at the time, at least. And then the whole time, I didn't even realize we got there. Because I remember being on the highway being like, dude, why is this fucking thing, like, bogging? Like, I can't get acceleration. It's so fucking weird. And I was so, like, upset. It was so hard to get to 55. I was like, what the fuck? But I finally did, and then, you know, we're cruising at it, and I'm like, dude, maintain that speed. It's pretty tough, huh? And then we pulled over at the gas station finally, not for that reason, just to like get snacks. And I realized I hadn't taken the e-brake off the whole ride. I drove on the highway like an hour with the e-brake on, and I was trying to get up to 55, and I did. Like literally just just fucking overriding the e-brake. Like the car is struggling so bad. Like stop, please. Like literally the e-brake's like crying out. Like stop, up. Its last like fucking breath. The car's just like pushing over it. I drove that thing like it was a fucking Hummer or, you know, some fucking sports car even. Some off-road utility vehicle for sure, but then also some like sports car because I just gun it and drive like a fucking asshole. And I don't know why. I was never really like a crazy driver. Like I wasn't doing it to be like cool. I was just like whatever, fuck it. I didn't like think of the car having limitations. I wasn't like yeah, Saturn. Fucking, what's the difference between Saturn and the Ford GT? What's the difference between the Lamborghini and the new Murcielago that just came out in 05, 06? Like, what's the difference? I see a car. Like, terrible. Fucking terrible. I will say that car did get us around forever. My family and shit, so thank you, Saturn. And dent-proof doors, dude. You can kick the fuck out of those doors. No dents. You get mad at your mom or your fucking dad. Just like, ah! And they're like, what'd you just do? I'm like, nothing. Look. Fucking the best. Hold on. I gotta see if this works. Oh, dude. I smell what the Rock's cooking. Oh, wait. Do you smell? It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you smell. Yeah, man. The Rock is the shit. The drummer that plays by ear. Subscribe. Oh, thank you. That is neither on the cymbals, my friend. That is vinyl. That is just electronic cymbals. Though I have white cymbals on my tour setup, my live setup. I have all white Pisces. But that is just, that is vinyl. Like how you would do shirts, like, you know how they use those Cricut machines, the heat presses? That's just permanent vinyl on the cymbals. Doesn't affect it. You can change it whenever you want. what I used to do is put vinyl down and then spray paint over it the colors I want because it seemed to hold longer. Where this just like, see this flaking here? I don't like that. I fucking hate that. But it's okay. Again, you have the opportunity to change it when you want. That's cool. Other than that, yeah, there's no paint on here. If you see paint, it's vinyl underneath. There's vinyl underneath somewhere. There's no paint actually on the drums. I'm not a psycho. These were $6,200 drums. I'm not a. I mean, listen. I'm not. Don't put it past me. I would. I have before too. So, if anybody from my family or my band's watching, they're like, "Yeah, the fuck you don't." I definitely do. I have and I do, but none of this. None of this. I've gotten smart over the years. I just didn't know if the song was coming through, and if my voice is loud enough. So if somebody could let me know that. I need to see if the levels on the drum. Just to know. I just needed to get levels. I'll tell you, it sucks coming home from the road. I always say this to my followers and stuff, but when you come home from the road and the ceilings in here are like 8 feet fucking tall, and you're on the road and you're bouncing sticks 50 feet in the air and shit up into the rafters and the ceiling, it's so different. And then you come here, the timing has to be so different, and the spots you can fit it in are so different, and like the power you have to throw down to do it is so different, you know? It's just so, it's all so different, and the things you have to do, and again, then you're forgetting another aspect, which is electronic versus acoustic, heads and things like that. So it's a whole different, power that you're gonna throw that down with. It's a whole different feel. It's very different. So it's weird. It's weird coming home and playing again on this kit, but I enjoy it. Obviously, my other kit's in Nashville. I do like it, and it's a great kit. As far as electronics go, it's fucking perfect. But yeah, it's just, you know, lately I've been getting really. There's times I go through where I just want to play like my own music, where I just want to come home and like play whatever I want to play and not have to do like. I always want to do on stage stuff, but like, you know, maybe we've been on a long tour. I just want to play like some Slipknot, you know. And then there's times where, oh, dude, all I want to do is write this song or like start working on that track, or just depends on what mood you're in when you get inspired and shit. We have some really cool stuff coming up, so I'm excited. Like big that this year's gonna be like. I mean, I truly believe this year is going to be a different year of my life. Like it's already going to be, that's so dumb to say, but like, I mean, it's going to like change my life. One way or the other, like drastically. We have some like, if everything pans out as it should, and what we know now, I believe our lives are going to change very drastically. Probably by like May or, yeah, like early first quarter or second quarter, early second quarter next year. Like big. I'm not talking getting signed. We've been signed. Tragic Hero, fucking Sony. Like we've done all that. It's not that. I'm not talking like that kind of shit. Like, oh, we're the band getting signed. No, I'm talking like we getting involved with some people that like are gonna change our lives. You know, we are gonna change our lives, but it's like when you finally get in front of that person that you're supposed to be in front of. They finally get to see you, because that's all it is. You might be the best musician, but like if they're not seeing you, you're not getting seen. It's not there. You know, nobody knows. And that's always been our motto, because we got this insane guitarist now. He's fucking so killer. He just joined the team. I feel like I felt like I was like a star QB. I was telling my lead singer. I mean, I feel like I was a star wide receiver, and like he was my QB, and the whole time I'd had these weak wide receivers with me, nobody else to help, and I feel like we just signed this like fucking all-star pick, and now we have like this equal like out there. He's just as crazy about guitar as I am drums, and it's so fucking refreshing, and he's so good. He's so good. He's a fucking solo master. I mean, he can just do fucking everything. He's so damn good, and he's dedicated as fuck to it, and that's what I care about most. But yeah, it's a nice feeling to have like a band that you're like, oh fuck yeah, because before I felt like we could pull, like me and Jake, like we could pull our weight enough to be impressive, just as two of the four. Even the other two weren't not impressive at times. They could be as well. They fit the part. They played the role. But like now, you actually have like four people who are impressive, like in this band, and I think it's like I said, I've always said, and we've always said like to each other, is like, dude, if we can just get in front of the right eyes, if we can just get in front of enough people to see what we're doing, it's gonna be a fucking huge. Because like I know, like I used to say, like, hey, if everybody just does their thing, like obviously we have to play together as a band, but like if everyone is doing some shit nobody's ever seen on their individual instruments, and then we come together as a band and do some wild ass shit, who the fuck's, you know what I mean? Like, somebody's gonna take notice, and they have many times over. But yeah, it's a tough business, boys and girls. If you're trying for it, you better be smoking hot, or you better be fucking extremely talented. the unfortunate part is extremely talented, you don't always get seen. Smoking Hot, you usually pretty much get seen, eventually, by the right person. Look at fucking Pam Anderson. She was on TV at like a CFL game, right? Someone's like, hey, that's a hot chick. They're like, you think she has talent? Who gives a fuck, Gary? Look at her. All right, fly her out here immediately. What are we going to have her do? I don't know. She could probably act. You think? I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Look at her. And then, you know, in the 80s, like early 80s, yeah, that was it. That's all. I mean, the late 80s, rather. Early 90s. You know, that's all you had to do. Talent went out the door with fucking, when we fucking dumped Janis Joplin's and shit, you know? Like, yeah, but look at her face. No offense to the Joplin family or Janis, but I'm just saying that's like old-timey music execs. Like, yeah, of course she's talented. Her voice is great, but so is Heather in Margaretville, Oklahoma. Look at this girl. She's smoking. We can auto-tune her voice. We'll have background singers fill out the rest of it. What would you rather look at, Mark? That or that? And he goes, all right, lady, get the fuck out of here. And he kicks out the fucking haggard lady. He's like, oh my God, thank God you kicked her out of here. I thought that was the janitor. He's like, no, we were going to sign her. And then a Sabrina Carpenter walks in, who has 9 people writing espresso with her. 8 other credited writers. 8 on that song. Now he's... It's so fucking bad. 8 writers? 9 on that? I mean, I know it works, obviously, so it's not like... Are we going metal right now? I think we are. Oh, this one's for my shitty Borax. I mean, nah, she liked this band a lot, though. Which doesn't surprise me. Is that some bitch shit? I thought I just changed this beater. God, I love how easy the trick pedals are to just fucking... I hated them for a while, and I still don't love them, being honest. But I love how easy they are to tension, like the tension. I could do it with my foot if I needed to. Turn it down and turn it up. I could literally just do it with my foot right now. Just twist the knob, and it's fucking loosened. Or tightened. It's so easy. The only other pedals, I had the machine drive DWs. They were great. I had them in chain drive, though. They burnt in the fire. And then the only ones I was semi-interested other than that were the Demon XRs that I just saw when I saw them come out. But I was just in Nashville, and I tried them at the at forThe Drum Closet. They were okay. They felt just like my trick pedals. I wasn't like blown away. It's definitely not enough for me to like pick up and get rid of the tricks for no reason. They're pretty much the same thing. I mean, they felt nice. I don't know. If anybody's interested, though, I do have a recommendation for, like, punchy metal kicks. If you're trying to get a kick sound like this in real life, first of all, the Attack Orbit's head. The Attack Orbit head, everybody talks about it. It's that one with the holes in it. The batter head, though, make sure you get that. That's 2 layers. It creates that smack, that, like, wet smack, but it's so good. That plus this. You get these, and you get that Attack Orbit's head. I'm telling you right now, if you can't make that thing sound triggered without triggering it, you don't know how to tune. But if you can get those 2 items, I got one, if you go on Reverb, I paid $41.99 for a 22-inch head. The Attack Orbit, white and clear batter head. Then I got these beaters. These cost me, they were like $27 each, but I I know somebody through them, so I got them for $37 together. Um, but I will say these beaters. So in the description of these beaters, when they describe what these beaters are, it says produces a triggered sound without having to trigger. Like it's a mic, basically like it creates a triggered sound through the thing, and that's basically what the head says in its description as well. So now you combine those two, not the same brands, but this is a head Mach Wave beater, the Mach Wave beater. They have it in the speed kick thing where you pop it off. I don't like that. It's too heavy. The rod's too heavy for it. I think it's bulky. I don't like it. It's not for me. If you like a smoother pedal like that, go for it. If you want more like a 9000, go for it. That might be your jam. But this, my friend, this beater head is incredible. Everything. It's hollowed out. And when it connects with the head, it is that immediate smack. Even if I played it on the electronics right now, like you fucking hear it. It's crazy. You can't now, obviously, but you hear that noise? Like, hold on. See how it's like hollow? So like, now imagine that on a drum head. When it hits, it creates that like. It's so good, dude. It's fucking amazing. Of course, I did a little fucking customizing on them because that's how I like my fucking beaters and shit. And our whole stage show is blacklight and stuff, so I need something visual while I'm back there to entertain myself or I'll kill myself. But these are the best beaters. This is some of the best purchase I've made in a long time for drums. Like, and one that I was the most excited about in a long time. It's fucking great. Truly. And that head too. I'll give those two things for sure. Oh, I should probably show you real quick before I get back into that. Oh, you cocksucker. You guys. Oh yeah, that was what I was doing too. I can tape that. Fuck me. So yeah, this is what they are. Hold on. Is this way better? I gotta hear this for a second. Hold on. Is this what they are? Testing. Test 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. 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 There we go. Okay, so yeah, that is these are the head Mach Waves. I'll show you. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that is these are the head Mach Waves. This is the head Mach Waves. You notice you notice this hollow? Like I said, it's fucking amazing, dude. They're so good. They're a little heavier. I don't like that. They're heavier than my trick. I just use the trick metal beaters. Like strictly, I don't put the plastic on or the belt. I just use the metal head. Oh, this fucking thing's excellent. Here. It's near the phone. I'm gonna kill it. So yeah, these are the best. Tack orbit head, the best head, and then this beater is the best beater I've ever used, and I've tried them all, just because I'm always trying to get the most important drum on my fucking kit is my kick. Since I was a kid, I've been trying to fucking find the perfect kick sound without triggering. I don't like triggering. I'll never trigger. It's not for me. I can play fast. I don't need triggers. It's like a point of pride, and also if they're not consistent. When you're touring and you're out there touring, it's just not reliable enough, and it's I've used all the triggers because trust me, at points in my life I've broken down and been like, I do want that perfect kick sound though. I don't need the triggers for like speed. I just want that perfect kick sound, and it just they none of the triggers are as good as they say they are. It just sucks. It all sucks. The threshold shit you deal with, the acoustics. No, I never want it. I want easy. I want a good sounding kick. And it's the point of pride when you tune your drums properly. And like you get a fucking amazing sounding kick. Like, dude, that's what you want. I'm not into that. I'm not into triggers. I never have been. It's cool if you are. I don't judge. Like, it's whatever. I don't like it. I don't think a lot of those guys could maybe do half what they're doing if they didn't have those triggers, because it wouldn't be audible, like literally. But also, I'm playing at tempos just fast. Like, I don't need triggers to do that. Yeah, it's smooth. I get the appeal. I know. I'm a drummer, obviously. Like, I know how that feels when it's just fast. Everything feels fast. Like, I get it. It's a sound thing. It's a feel. And it can be nice, but there's too much around it, and they're not reliable. Like, you're leaving so much up to the sound guy. Dude, we just played in Nashville the other night, and the sound guy, he's nice, he's cool, but like, I'm having an issue lately with people, the sound guys mixing kicks. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they have such a hard time mixing kicks, dude, it's insane. And I went on a tour, and I had to use the electronic bass drum of this. It was only like a short run I was filling in with. And I went back and listened to the mix after, like what everyone was hearing. And it was so bad, dude. The person did not know how to mix. Like, literally, this kick drum. Now, I'm not even talking about the first thing I just said about Nashville. This is different venues. It literally was like, you couldn't hear it at all. And it also just sounded like someone was smacking. Like, there was no, I don't want thump. Like, literally, I'm so against thump now. I'm like, don't worry about the fucking thump. Just make sure it cuts through our fucking band. That's all you need to do at this point, because you can't do both. I've tried. You're not able to do both, clearly. So just do one and make it cut through. So they do it. It's like, it literally just sounds like it's. I was so fucking just blown away. Like, I don't know how the fuck you have a job as a sound guy. Like, so many of them lately. Like, I'm like, dude, how do you not know how to mix a kick drum? It should, dude. I argue with people all the time. The kick drum should be just as loud, if not the loudest thing. The fucking kick, bass, and the snare, they go sometimes around the vocals, like sometimes in the vocal range. But like, the vocals, especially in our band, the vocals, the kick, and the fucking, like, those drums at least. I like having the toms, but if you're not getting my kick drums in there and shit, you're missing a huge part of the song. You're missing rhythms, you're missing things that go along with the guitar. Like, mix those things, like the hierarchy of sound, like when you're live mixing like that. Like, dude, when have you ever gone to a concert that's done well that you couldn't feel that kick in your fucking chest, kicking your heart, like literally kicking arteries fucking unclogged? I saw Motley in Manchester, New Hampshire in 2005, the Carnival of Sins tour. And Tommy Lee's kick, I think, took 4 years off my life. That big DW, like acrylic red, RCI, but acrylic red, I think, like, literally it shaved 4 years off my life. Like, at the end of my life. It was hitting my heart so hard. It was like, ka-gunk, ka-gunk. I was like, fuck. It was insane, but I also heard it. It was heard and felt. Like, any good show you go to, man, you can hear those kicks. Always. So I don't get what the fuck these people are doing. It's not that difficult. Like, it really isn't. You want to know something? I've had one, like, in the last, like, 2 years on tour, I swear to God, like, that I'm happy with, I could name on probably one hand how many venues and how many sound guys I've had that have mixed properly and made them sound good and come through. 2 of them being drummers. They were sound guys, but also drummers. It's insane. But you can't always rely on that, because sometimes you get a drummer, but he's not the type of drummer you are. So, like, he actually is, like, more like a old school guy, like, where he's like, oh yeah, bass, the kick, calls it the bass drum. And he goes, yeah, it should be real boomy and thumpy. Like, I'm like, listen, dude, I'm not playing Lick It Up by Kiss. I'm playing fucking, rock with some fucking fast parts and, like, shit that needs to be heard intricately. Like, not that there's anything wrong with Lick It Up. I love Lick It Up. But, like, I'm just saying, it's fucking crazy, man. Like, god damn it, guys. Learn how to fucking do that. Learn how to mix kick drums. It's kind of an important part of a fucking set. In my band's, like, you guys, if you're in a band, you know how it is. Like, listen, my band's great to me. I have no fucking real complaints with my band, obviously. They're great. They're great to me. They always look out for me. Especially my lead singer. He's always fucking going to bat for me. Oh, you gotta use house kit. We're like, the fuck we are. We'll never use a fucking house kit, dude. And no one else is using ours, by the way. We also tell them that. Not happening. As soon as we get there. But yeah, they go to bat for me, but sometimes they don't get it. They're like, it sounds fine. I'm like, dude, it doesn't. And then I argue, and I'm like, when I say things like, this should be the loudest thing on the stage, everyone gets like weirded out. Like they're like, you know, because then everyone gets weird. Like, no, I should be. It's like, it's not a competition. It's the fucking mix. When you hear a track, it has nothing to do with that. It's my instrument that I'm talking about. It's just the kick drum should be fucking loud. It's the bass, the back. Skeleton. It's part of the skeleton. The skeleton needs to be there so we can put the skin and muscles on, guys. You know, otherwise you're just fucking a bag of blood. Like, it's insane. It's like you say the wrong word. Like, the kick drum needs to be the loudest, and everyone goes, loudest. No, like, they go from rational thinking, like bandmates, not mine necessarily, but just bandmates in general. They go from like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, mix should be, wait, you're the loudest? And everyone's brain gets into like fried musician mode where they're like, no, I want to be the loudest. What about the guitar? What about the vocal? It's like, dude, I tell lead singer this all the time. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck about my personal anything. Like, it's not for me. None of it is for me. Visually, whatever. I'm doing it because I'm trying to make the show better. I'm trying to make the band better. I'm trying to, like, make it enjoyable and good for people. And also, like, I say it all the time. If I wanted to, like, focus on me, if I wanted something for me, like, oh, this is about me, and I was, like, trying to be like that, I would just sit at home and live stream and, like, play the songs I want to play. I wouldn't even fucking bother with any of that. I'd just be like, oh, I don't care because I can do this at home and get fulfilled with, like, what I need as far as, like, playing and feeling good about, like, playing songs that I want to play and whatever. So, like, when I'm with the band, it's all work. It's like, of course it's pleasure. I love it. But I'm saying, like, it's like, this isn't about me. None of these decisions I make are about me. If I wanted things to be about me, I can do that when I go home and play, like, just by myself. That's when I can make it about me and, like, you know, tend to those things that, you know, I need, like that. Whatever. That can be the fucking drum show. But, like, when you're playing in a band and you're live, dude, no. Like, no, it's not about you. And I tell them that all the time because I think sometimes it comes off like I think if people didn't know me, and they've grown to know me, but I think if they didn't, they would think I'm, like, trying to get my stuff better. Like, no, the drum should be this. It's like, or like, no, I think that I should do this. And, like, if you didn't know me, you could mistake it for, like, wow, he's trying to put himself over all the time. And I'm like, no, like, literally, I hate myself. I just know this is for, like, everything. This is just how it goes. If it was your thing that was messed up like this, I would say the same thing. I just want whatever it is to be right. I don't care about right or wrong or who wins or getting over. Like, I'm going to get over either way. Like, if I accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish on stage, which is fucking ripping just like you guys, like, I believe I'm going to get over with the crowd or with whatever. So when it's going to happen. You know what I mean? If people, I can't control what people look at, but I'm going to be doing some shit that people might want to look at. So if they happen to, great, cool. The truth of the matter is, no matter what, I would be doing that shit. When there's no cameras on, when there's nobody in the crowd, when I'm alone playing drums with not a single other eye watching, I'm still doing all the shit that I'm doing on video. I'm bouncing all the sticks. It's my style. It's not something I'm putting on for anybody else. It's what I like. I'm not trying to be somebody else. That's what I am, and I enjoy it. Like, that's the style I've always wanted to be since I was a kid. Like, that's the style I love. That's what I'm into, so that's what I'm inspired by. So, of course, that's what I want to be. So why, in my own free time alone, would I change and play any differently? I play like fucking Don Henley all of a sudden. Like, not that Don was bad. I fucking love Don Henley, by the way. But, like, tight. Like, I don't do any tricks. I'm just very, like, no. I would never go to that because that's not, like, who I am. That's not my personality and style. You got to find you. But like I said, it doesn't change from thing to thing. Do I turn up if there's a fucking 5,000 people in front of me? Of course. But I honestly play close to just as hard if there's 5, too. Like, I don't fucking discriminate on that. I'm going to rip. If there's any eyes on me, I'm going to rip. Because I don't want anybody to ever catch me, like, lacking. Like, oh, he wasn't that good. I saw him. Yeah, that guy wasn't that good. Like, no. Everybody has bad days. I definitely do. So there's some days I'm just not feeling it. I'm not into it, so I don't play as well. But I'd like to say the days I'm on. And for somebody who's doing it like 60 hours a week, practice drumming, it's hard to be on all 60, you know, it is. I mean, luckily I love it, and it's like my passion, but it's not easy to stay on like that and stay inspired all the time. I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of like old school videos that inspired me when I was young. I watch some new stuff. I find inspiration in little things like that. I'll watch like the old, I get inspired a lot by live footage. Like I'll search tours from like 1980s of Motley. I'll search Slipknot, like previously not unreleased, but like shows that you've never seen, you know. Obviously everybody's seen the Disaster Pieces DVD if you're a Slipknot fan, but like I'm searching fucking Tacoma 2001, like before Iowa, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. I want to see the fucking shows that fans recorded and stuff. Like I just want to get inspired from stuff like that, shit I've never seen, because I'm such an obsessive fan when it comes to like footage and being on top of it. And when I talked to Joey that time, I asked him all about insane parts of Disaster Piece DVD, and like parts that like, dude, so in-depth questions that like you would have to be like a nutcase fan to know. Like little things, cut scenes I'd ask him about, and he answered every fucking question, dude. Like every single question, like, and genuinely was like thoughtful about it. Like thought about it, like, you know what? Like, wait, no, maybe that was that pedal. I'm not sure. I think it was this pedal. Well, can you remind me what part that was? And then I'll be like, yeah, dude, it was you know, when you're doing that, you're wearing the zebra chucks, like the zebra like Converse shoes, and you're backstage, like it's like a warm up, like a sound check before the show, like shit like that. And he'll be like, oh, I think that's why. Like, dude, the coolest fucking fucking into it and going, and inspired me for sure. I was obsessive. Like obsessive. I'm glad I have that gene in me, because that's why I play so much. That's why I'm what I am today, because I'm obsessed and I want to keep doing it until I get it good. Or I get into something and I dive. Well, that's also why I was an addict. Like, think about that. What makes me so good at like things, or being obsessed with things that are good, also unfortunately comes with the bad as well. That's why I was on opiates for a decade. You know what I mean?